What is the main cause of neck pain? So this is a question that we are getting a lot at the moment. We've done a lot of work on how to relieve neck pain, take pressure off tech neck. We're getting a lot of questions as to why does this happen in the first place? I've done all these things, I've looked after my posture, my health, but I'm still getting neck pain. I just don't understand the cause of why this has happened. I'm Dr. Jeremy Andrews, Doctor of Chiropractic here at West Chiropractic in Surrey, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do to find out where your neck pain is coming from and ensure that it doesn't keep on returning as well. So neck pain. The neck is such a hypermobile joint as a whole. The neck can move in different directions, not quite as movable as an owl. There's lots of integral joints and ligaments that have a lot of movement in there, but also can cause some margin for error. So we need to make sure we are keeping it in the right position. We talk a lot about the curves. So the curves in the neck and the spine are very important for that springy shock absorption. So if you look at the neck from a side profile like this, you need to make sure there's a nice smooth backwards C-shaped curve here. That might be actual C-shaped in the mirror of the camera, but backwards C-shaped here. That's going to take a lot of pressure off your neck. Now, all too often we sit, we're looking at screens, we are looking down like this with iPhones and iPads, and that's going to put a lot of pressure through the neck. So you need to make sure we're bringing that neck in the best position. So I'm going to show you a couple of tips about how to relieve neck pressure and ensure you don't need to suffer with that long term. A lot of issues are sleeping. So how do we sleep? Most of us, and you should be, sleeping for at least 8 hours a night. So how you sleep in that fixed position can put pressure on your neck. So I'm going to show you exactly the way you need to sleep now. Okay, so I've got a pillow here. It's a single pillow. Now, a lot of people will sleep on their back like this. So sleeping on your back it's okay, all right? It's the second best position. So sleeping like this is very often we have too many pillows, so it's going to push the neck into flexion like that. Now, we don't want that. We want the neck to be nice and relaxed. If anything, we want it to be hyperextended. Now, you're not going to be able to do that because it's going to be very uncomfortable, so you're not going to be able to fall asleep, and that's going to be detrimental to your sleep. So what do we want to weigh out? Better sleep or better neck position? Tricky one. So the other position is going to be lying on your front. So lying on the front like this, usually arms are up like that, and the head is turned to one side. Now, even just doing that, I can feel tension coming down through the right side of my neck. I can feel compression on the left side here. This is going to cause problems. So if you are a front sleeper and you're having neck pain, we really need to make sure that we're addressing this. So how do we address it? Because a lot of people say, well, I've been lying on my front for the last 40, 50, 60 years. How do I change the habit of a lifetime? Well, we've all got to start somewhere. So my favorite thing, or my favorite position, is to sleep on the side like this. So legs 45 degrees, hands underneath the head like that, and then the other hand underneath like this. You can put them out in front and just have your head rested like that, but I tend to sort of sleep like this. So make sure that your head is in a neutral position. So my head is not like up like that, or it's not down like that. It's keeping it nice and relaxed, so nice, straight, neutral spine. But also, my head is then not in flexion or extension. So it's completely neutral like this. If anything, my chin is a little bit tucked in. And a lot of our clients will say, well, that's great, Jeremy, because you're now in that position, but you're conscious. Now, when I'm unconscious and I'm asleep, especially in those deep stages of sleep, come out into sort of stage 1, stage 2, that's when you really start moving a lot more. And people are going to toss, they're going to turn, they're going to end up on their front, end up on their back. So one of the best ways to prevent you from turning around is to use some sort of bolster cushion or another pillow, and you put that between your knees. So every time you want to try and roll, what does the bolster cushion actually leverages your legs to prevent you from rolling around and keeps you in this solid position here to make sure that the neck stays nice and neutral. So you really need to make sure that you're doing something like that in order to make a change long term to help with your neck compression. So that leads us on to then the pillow. Well, there's different types of pillows, and traditionally we all use feather pillows, which are great, but very often they're not consistent. You can have different amount of feathers from one night to the next. So you need to make sure we're getting something more consistent, which is why I love a memory foam pillow. Now, I don't like those ones that have the shapes on them, the more of the orthopedic pillows. The memory foam one is just solid, and it provides that consistent level for your head every single night. It may be difficult for the first 2 weeks to get used to this, but then over time, it's going to give you that continuous support that your body then can reproduce every single time. The orthopedic ones, they're okay. I've just found that a lot of people don't get on with them as well. So it's really important that if you're going to use one or buy one, don't spend over £100. Try and get something for sort of 30, 40, and if you like like it, then obviously you can think about investing more as you go through down the line. So that's going to allow you to get that stable position. So I love a memory foam pillow, just a solid rectangle one. It's going to give you the best support for your neck. Okay, so what is the fastest then way to relieve neck pain at your home? So we've understood what the causes are in terms of what you shouldn't be doing. You shouldn't be lying on your back, shouldn't be front sleeping, you shouldn't be using computers for too long, and we shouldn't be then on our phones like this. We really want to make sure that we're bringing our shoulder blades back into the best position. In terms of the causes, we're happy with that. We understand now how to sleep to prevent the cause from happening, but also how do you relieve it, or what's the quickest way to relieve a neck spasm or a locked neck? So very often people get locked on one side, and this is obviously protecting something. So you don't want that spasm to be undone too quickly, okay? Over the space of around 6 to 10 hours is usually normal, but you do want to take some pressure off it immediately, so it's not a 10 out of 10. Try and get it down to a 5 out of 10 as quick as possible, and then be gentle with it over the next few days. The best way is to try and stretch into that problem. The best way to alleviate neck problems is to try and stretch them as quick as possible, and stretch into the pain is often very, very useful. So if I've got a spasm on this right side and I can't turn my head this way, very often what you want to do is start by looking over your shoulder and then taking the pressure away like that. And then what you can try and do is go a little bit more next time. So a bit more here, and then taking the pressure away like that. So I'm just pulling over to my opposite shoulder to stretch all of the upper trapezius muscles down through here. And I'll maybe try a little bit more, and that's going to be painful. Ow, 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 ow. So I stop and then come back like this. Shouldn't be painful, it should be a stretch. I'm going to move towards the pain. So as soon as it starts to be painful, I take it away and then come back. Now, the more you do this, you might want to vary up the direction as well, but the more you do this, the more it's going to ease the pressure off, it's going to move the inflammation, take pressure off your neck. So rather than just turning, you may just want to flex like this, or you may just do this bit here, and then it's take the pressure away like this. And the same again, move a bit more, and then take the pressure away like this, okay? Same thing with the head and extension. So you may find that is really sore, okay? So just go to here, and then just gently with this one in flexion, just pulling down through there, feeling the stretch through the neck and the shoulders. Same thing again. Head goes back, and then gently pulling down like this. Those are usually the two most common areas that your neck will get locked in that extension or lateral flexion. So a lovely way to try and alleviate pressure. If it does cause any more symptoms to increase, like pain down your arms or shooting pain in your neck, shooting pain around the head, just stop them, seek professional help, give us a shout here. I'm more than happy to help with advice. Okay, so there we have it. What causes neck pain and how to relieve it quickly, and the best way to sleep as well. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for regular updates, and you can grab copies. You can grab copies of my best-selling books here. So I've got The Secret Cure to Back Pain on Amazon, and then How to Transform Your Back. That is the second edition there. Enjoy. I'll put the notes in the show notes below. Many thanks.